Welcome to the business energy reading for 2020. I'm excited about what the new year is going to bring for us. And we're going to have 5 different decks to choose from. But before we get there, I want to remind you, I will keep doing business energy readings for each month. So don't worry, that's not going away. And for the full moon and new moon. But this I thought would give us an overriding idea of what to expect out of 2020 and the energies that we can really flow into. And one of the things that came to me as I was preparing to do this business energy reading for you is the quickening. And a lot of you have already felt like things are really fast. Things are fast moving in your life. Things are fast moving in your business. And it almost feels a little crazy. And that quickening is going to continue to happen and will accelerate. So be prepared for that, just as an overriding moment of what to expect out of 2020. But because of that, and this is such a beautiful time to be doing this reading in the Capricorn season, be sure to ground in nature. Just before filming this, I even had just another hit about it because I live between 2 green areas, one on one side of my house and one behind my house. And there's people riding 4-wheelers all through it, and I could feel the pain of the earth. It's like there's a time and a place, and this is neither. Like it's already going through, there's a construction going on behind me, and so that's torn up that nature preserve area for the different animals that were living back there. And so this just feels like another slice, a bit of pain going in the area. And so even as things move tremendously fast, whether it's because of news cycle, politics, technology, etc., I want to remind you to get back out into nature so that you can ground, and it won't feel like the pace of what's been happening and what will continue to happen will consume you. It's just like a really big piece that was given prior to getting into any of the decks. Another thing is to pull a card, just one overriding card for everyone, and that is I love my body. I love my body. This is a really interesting one. This is from Life Loves You cards, Louise Hay. So it's I love my body, and on the back it says, do a downward dog, take a dance class, book a foot massage, be kind to your body. And I do think this really works well in the overview of what I was already given about getting to nature, ground into nature. This is just telling you because it's so important for your body, right? This is a vehicle that carries us through to do everything in our lives and in our business. So we do need to pay attention to it and take care of it as much as possible. So this year, nature and love your body, right? Love your body, love nature. All right, so I know you're excited to get into it. So I guess we better get going. All right, so we've got 5 decks here. Deck 1, Deck 2, Deck 3, Deck 4, and Deck 5. So I'm just going to put these out here in case you're looking at these different objects. Some crystals, some rocks. Some I don't know what it is, but I had it in a special spot and I thought I'd use it. And if you want to look at those, but really choosing with your intuition is going to be the best for you. Again, Deck 1, Deck 2, Deck 3, Deck 4, and Deck 5. If you need to pause your video to make your choice, go ahead and do so. All right, so if you chose a deck number 1, we are ready. We'll just put these right here. They're so adorable. Looks like kind of 2 little feet. So I don't know, maybe that means we'll be doing a lot of walking. Let's see what this says. Let's see the story we have today. All right, we've got balance, which is really beautiful because that is totally talking about integration, which is one of the big themes I've been picking up. If you haven't watched the full moon in Capricorn reading yet, make sure to go back to that. We've got Heaven on Earth. This is some great stuff coming up for you in 2020. And we've got Expectancy. Wow. Wow. I want to make sure I always try to read. I don't think these have numbers. Okay, cool. So this is some good stuff so far. I'm really, really liking this. Let me kind of bring it to the middle a bit. Got Balance, Heaven and Earth, and Expectancy. We've got a little bit of loss and Thinking of You. Okay. So Thinking of You is card 29. A loving thought, serendipity. Loss is card 20. Grief, sadness, resurrection. This kind of goes perfectly into a couple of things I've been hearing in general energy-wise. All right. I know we've probably had this discussion before. You're going to let go of some stuff. You're probably doing too many things in your business, right? We've got to let go of what we've got to let go of so that we can continue to grow. It's kind of like, I hate to use a farming metaphor, but it's the only one that I know. And if you've never grown anything, you're like, what is she talking about? But hopefully this will resonate for you. This will land. When you're growing something like even a tree, you're gonna prune the tree, right? You're gonna get rid of the smaller branches so the bigger ones get more strength to continue to grow to produce fruit. And that is a loss, right? Sometimes even when you're growing stuff, you'll plant a bunch of seeds and someone will grow too close together and you've got to get rid of them so that the other ones that are established can grow more. Again, right? Have a more bountiful harvest. That's what I'm seeing here with loss for you. It's going to bring you into balance. It's going to bring in the right mix of products or services that you need. And actually, I feel like it's going to be a very narrow amount. Let's say that you offer 15, 20 different things. You're going to be offering more like 3 to 5, right? It's going to really narrow down. And that's going to feel like a loss for you. But it's really you thinking of your clients, thinking about what they really want, getting on the same page as them. Because this isn't just about heaven on earth for you. It's about heaven on earth for them as well. Okay? You probably had a lot of expectancy, a lot of desire. This is so Egyptian and beautiful. A lot of desire in the past about what would happen. In fact, I'm seeing the kind of legacy that you would leave. And it's really about bringing things together that's going to help you leave that legacy. Let me see a little bit more here. Self-reliance. Detoxification. Let me bring these out here. Sorry. Okay. Best friends. Practice. And relax. Everything's going to be okay. Okay, this is great. All right, so what we got here is, let's start with self-reliance and detox. This will feel like a detox. Again, when you're losing things, you grieve over them. You're really detoxing yourself from things you don't need anymore. And like I said, that's bringing everything back into balance. So that's a beautiful thing. You need to know it's going to be okay, because sometimes it'll feel like it won't, right? Especially when we're detoxing, when we're letting things go, when we're learning how to be more self-reliant. And I'm seeing a lot around here with the self-reliance about resilience, right? Not only do you need to be self-reliant, you need to be resilient. You need to be able to bounce back. And so this year you're going to learn a lot about bouncing back, and it'll be much easier if you can start letting stuff go. You start detoxing things out of your business, detoxing things really out of your life too. All right, so let's look and see what else we have here. We have best friends. True friends stick together no matter what. And we have practice. The best way to be good at a skill is to practice till you get it right. I think this is going, it's almost as if this year you're going to do a lot of collaborations. So I'm seeing here with the best friends, a lot of collabs. I don't know if that means that you just participate in someone else's product. You're doing, these call them teleseminars, but lack of a better word, teleseminars with people, participating in other people's giveaways. I don't know what it is. Or you're truly collaborating to birth something out. But I see some collabs coming in for you here. And with the practice, I think this process, this loss detoxification, bringing things back into balance and figuring out your legacy, that is going to take a lot of practice. That part with the resilience, like it's all mixed in together. When you make a change, some people are not going to like it. I know, shocker, right? Shock of the century. Some people aren't going to like when you make that change because it doesn't suit how they see you. And so you've got to make a practice of resilience to keep bouncing back from negative junk that people are trying to project onto you. It is not your stuff. People are projecting that mess on you. And keep going. And keep going and keep going. That's where that self-reliance comes in as well. All right, so let's see what we're playing with here. The archetype we're looking at for you is lover. Right? Let me read these light and shadow attributes to you. So we're looking at lover. Great passion, devotion, unbridled appreciation of someone or something. The shadow is obsessive passion that harms others, self-destructive devotion. All right, so this is a really cool card. All right, so this is the archetype for the year. So when you think about your business, you think about your clients and those people that you're serving, you want to have that devotion, that passion for them, appreciation, so that shines through as authentic, right? If it becomes obsessive, right? It's so funny. I remember watching Gary Vee once, and he talked about how this client came through, bought a bunch of wine or whatever it was. He did a little internet stalking, found out he was a giant whatever fan of some kind of football team, and got a signed jersey from the favorite player, just looking around social media on what the person had said. And that seems a little obsessive and stalkerish, and it's also great customer service. But there's a line that you can cross there, and that's why I bring it up. Don't get so obsessed with what your best clients are doing or your newest client is doing that you become a stalker. On the flip side, you want to do things that will surprise and delight them and that you see them as a real person. So it's different when you are engaging with them, and then through that engagement, you're looking back and learning things and you surprise and delight them, rather than it coming out of the blue, never engaged with the person before, you were literally stalking them. And I hope that differentiation comes out. So make sure to check that out, as the archetype this year for you is the lover. Let's see what we have else going on here. We've got Judgment. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. We've got the World. And we've got the Eight of Swords. So we have quite a bit going on here. 3 major cards that are just going to help shape things up here. All right, so the first one we got here is Judgment. So don't think of this as condemning. Think of this as actually liberation, right? You're judged on your good and bad works, so they say. And this is, Pluto energy here. So Judgment's representative in astrology by Pluto. And that Pluto's all about change, right? And to me, that's really bringing together this information we have up here about balance, about expectancy, all of those things. So it's tying that together. It's just saying it's going to be okay. The change will be all right. Relax. Everything's going to be okay. Do the work throughout 2020 and you will have good fortune, right? The Wheel of Fortune. is Jupiter, and that brings good fortune into your life. So heaven on earth, hello, we've got the world here too, which is Saturn, that Saturn return, the judgment, it kind of all works together. You do have expectancy. You are looking at leaving the legacy that you want to leave, as long as you're attentive to what is the needs of your tribe. 2020 isn't going to be the easiest year, but you'll be coming more into yourself. And if you think, how can I become more of myself? You'll be surprised how many layers you can peel back this year, really by letting things go that are stragglers. Right, we've got one more card here. We've got the Eight of Swords, and it was reversed, which to me is just, the swords are really about mental energy, and there is going to be a lot of mental energy that you're going to expend over 2020 in your business, especially when it comes to self-reliance and resilience. What the Eight of Swords is showing me is that don't rely so heavily on the logic. Things aren't going to feel so much logical, as you're going to use more of your intuition to feel into things, to let go of. Your intuition to figure out that integration, bringing things into balance, of really reaching out and surprising, delighting your clients. It's not always going to be logical. And the Eight of Swords showing me that it's okay. You're going to realize as the year moves on when to bring in the logic and when to let it go. Right? That your logic, as the year moves on, interplays more heavily into your intuition, which aids in your integration. So that for deck choosers number 1, that is your business energy reading for 2020. I was excited to share this with you today, and I'm going to move on to deck number 2. All right, so if you chose a deck number 2, here is your reading. See what we've got here. First, beginning of our story, we've got Guardian, beautiful, Tantric Union, and Embrace. Wow, wow, wow. We've also got Purification, Water, card number 32, Emotional Cleansing and Rejuvenation. We've also got here Jewel with a teardrop. Within a teardrop, card number 10, Appreciation, Spirituality, or Spiritual and Emotional Reconnection. Make sure you guys can see all of these. These are some beautiful cards that we're starting out with for you. So let's take a look at this story so far for your business for 2020. Deck choosers number 2. So there's quite a lot of energy going on. And I would even say, if you don't have a mentor yet, this is definitely your time to get a mentor. Someone that you can actually work with one-on-one. This year for you in business and personally is going to be a highly emotional one. So you're going to want that kind of support for yourself. But it's also going to be where you're going to blossom in ways you, in your life and in your business, you hadn't thought that you would. So that's going to be very, very interesting for you. Let me see what else we got going on here. Let's see. Yeah. Inner child, sexuality, definitely yes, change, and water. Yeah. And seeing a lot of water. I would almost swear you guys must be like some kind of water sign. It's just a lot of emotions that are coming through. So it's going to be a highly emotional time. You're going to really peel back a lot of layers so that you can give more fully and honestly to your tribe. We've got inner child here. And that's what's telling me that there's some layers that have to come off, right? So you can get back to that inner child. And that's the same thing I'm seeing with it, the purification. Even the jewel within a teardrop really kind of lingers back to what's going on here with tantric union and embrace. If you have some kind of business you're doing right now that has anything to do with something sexual or erotic or even mysterious, this is really coming through a lot that you're on the right track, right? Sexuality does not necessarily mean sex or even that kind of deeper intimacy that's being shown by tantric union and embrace. But it does mean a certain move of innocence. That's a change. It's that mystery piece also that I see that's coming in here. Where you're really, that's like I said, dealing with the inner child, doing the purification, brings all this into a mode that is mysterious and good and wholesome. Whereas for some people it could feel kind of gritty. So there's goodness coming out of here. But again, get a container where you have a strong mentor to walk you through this. What I'm seeing here, definite yes. The answer to your question is a strong yes. So if you have some kind of random question, no, the answer is yes. But also, the answer is going to be yes throughout 2020. Not that you have to say yes to everything, but you're going to find a lot more people are saying yes to you. Again, you're getting at something that's very deep and visceral inside of you and bringing it to light. And when you do, people want to say yes. Again, obviously, there's going to be some changes, right? As we know, anytime we're going through purification, anytime we're going through a union, anytime we're bringing up something into light that we've kept hidden in the dark. Also, look if you're a Scorpio or something too. Okay, so change. The changes that you're going through are positive, right? We need that. And then, like I said, you have a lot of water. Drink more water, eat foods with water in them, such as fresh fruits and vegetables. I definitely could see this is a time for you to stay really well hydrated throughout 2020. Just make it like, if you're not already carrying around a bottle of water with you all the time, start doing that. Like, really drink water, get into water. There's something that really wants to flow through you that you've been keeping hidden. Let's see, what is that overriding piece here? The trickster. Why not the trickster for you, deck number 2? Light attribute, transcending convention, stuffiness, and predictable behavior. Yeah, you're not going to be the most predictable person. That's part of the mystery. Shadow attribute, manipulating others through duplicity. And that's something you don't want to do. Of course, I don't think it's something that you would do. But it's something that, you know, this year for 2020, you want to guard against in your business. You want to be, and that's kind of why I said don't let it be gritty. Get a good mentor so you can be totally transparent and still mysterious, right? Where it's good, it's wholesome. You're taking people on an adventure. Yeah, I see a lot of one-on-ones for you, which will be good. But like I said here, transcending convention, stuffiness, and predictable behavior. This is all about letting all of that mess go, isn't it? There's going to be no stuffiness. There can't be, not with this kind of energy. No, there just can't be. And you're not going to do things the conventional way, which is okay. But stay with that lighter attribute of the trickster. And it's going to really serve you. Like I said, once you bring forth this in 2020 and you take care of, like I said, the inner child business, the purification, and really learn child to embrace and have that tantric union with your tribe and have that mystery around you, people want to say yes, right? They want to say yes. All right, so let's see what else we have going on here for you. The rest of the story, the Seven of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles reversed, the Emperor reversed, and the Hanged Man. Oh, this is great. I know some of you might say, wait, there's reverse cards. How's it great? It's great. All right, the Seven of Pentacles. So you, like I said, people want to say yes. They are ready. And that's going to just bring you more abundance in 2020. Got a lot of abundance here. And I know you're thinking, well, the King of Pentacles is reversed. Well, the King of Pentacles is all about waiting. Waiting for a plan, waiting for the right time. And this is saying you don't have to wait anymore. It's time to go, right? Get on the train, get on the yes train. Deal with the stuff, the layers that you still need to peel back and to heal within yourself, right? The inner child, the purification. Get a good mentor and start bringing forth this other side that you've been keeping hidden so people can say yes. So they can start getting the kind of change in their lives they need. The Emperor. Again, great for the Emperor to be reversed because the Emperor is all about normal, conventional ways of doing things, right? This is all about Aries. And Aries has a lot of energy, so I'm not saying you're going to be lacking energy, but you're also, one of the things I want to point out is there's a lot of water. There's a lot of flow. So it's not that fiery, even though you see maybe some fiery energy up here, it's not the fiery energy. It's the energy of flow. And when you even think about tantric union or embrace, that's why I said don't necessarily think about it as sex. When we think of sex, we think of sparks flying. This is about flow. This is about water. This is about emotional connection. This is about people getting together in a way. That's why I said I think it's going to be a lot on one-on-one. Not only that you're having one-on-one with a mentor, but that you're going to be doing a lot of one-on-one work with people because you're connecting with them at a deeper level. All right, then moving on here to the Hanged Man. And again, this is all about perspective, right? I said that before. The trickster, you're transcending the conventions, the stuffiness. The Hangman's all about seeing things from a different perspective. So this is a great way to kind of pull together the reading. You're going to have a complete perspective change, and people's perception of you is going to completely change. So I'm very, very excited for what's coming for you in 2020. For your business, it's going to be absolutely different than what has happened before. The last thing I want to tell you before we end about the Hanged Man. The Hangman's ruled by Neptune, which is the planet of all things funky. So when I say funky, I mean funky in a good way. Like keep Austin weird good way. Definitely the trickster way. It's the unexpected, and it's really about being yourself. So again, as you're peeling back all these layers, you're going to learn how to be so much more yourself in 2020. And it's going to be at a point where people are definitely going to say yes. You're going to find that you are more abundant, you are happier, and you're ready. You are ready to make this change. So don't hold back. All right, that's all I have for deck choosers number 2. Deck choosers number 3. Here's your reading. All right, so let's see the story we have today. We've got Dreams, Trilogy of Light. Dreams is a beautiful card, guys. And we have Love. We've got Rising Above, Clarity, Freedom, Solution, which is number 11. I love that gateway there. So we've got that one going. We've got Eternal Love, Happiness, Harmony, Fulfillment, number 24. So just a lot of what I call just happy cards. So if you have something that you have been dreaming about bringing to fruition, I always assume that everyone watching these readings already has a business. But if you don't, this is the time. 2020 is your time to move forward with your business. If you've got some other kind of business you're bringing forth, or something that you just want to see grow, this is your moment. There's a lot behind it right now. Whatever dream it is that you've had, all of the universe is moving toward this. As long as you're bringing in the love, right? That's kind of what this double love here, love, eternal love. And here the rising above and the trilogy of light, all basically around your dreams. So whatever dream it is that you have, whatever that thing is you've been trying to bring forth, if you haven't started, start. If you have started, give it everything you have. Give it all the love that you have, because the universe is surrounding you and is trying to make things happen. All right, let's see what else we've got here. We've got awaken your true self, visualization. Oh, let's put these out here. We've got brothers and sisters. We've got hello and goodbye. We've got wish upon a star. There's so much magical, kind of mystical energy in 2020 for you. This is amazing. Okay. So again, continuing the story, we've got awakening your true self, which to me is coming up here with your dreams, right? Your true self is the one that you see in your dreams, the one that just seems a little out of reach for you. That part of you are like, can I really do that thing? Yes, you can really do that thing. Over here with visualization, I would, again, it just all triangulates back to your dreams. Everything's coming back to your dreams. I would like to know what that dream is down in the comments. Seriously. So visualization, visualize your dream. Like take every couple of hours, if you have to set an alarm on your phone, every couple of hours, take 2 to 3 minutes to visualize your dream. If all you got is a minute, visualize it in a minute. Do it every 2 to 3 hours throughout the day. So it becomes more and more, you're essentially bringing it from the ethereal down into the physical when you're doing that. And that's something I'm seeing here that you need to do. And funny, wish upon a star is right next to it. Make a wish, expect the very best, and that is what you have going on here. Your dream, your wish, expect it. It's coming. It's here. Focus on it. Bring it to fruition. You'll start to see how the universe is really manipulating things around you to help bring this into reality for your business, right? So know that it's coming. You're going to have the clarity, I promise you. And you'll know the next steps you're going to have to take, but you've got to keep visualizing. All right, hello and goodbye. You'll soon see this change will make things better. Yeah. So there might be, in the midst of all this love and magic and wonderment, there might be a few things you're going to have to let go of, and that'll be okay. Again, when the time comes, you'll know what you need to let go of. You'll know your next steps. And sometimes it means letting some things go. Brothers and sisters, to get along with others, see the love and the best within them. And this is beautiful. Again, the love. And I'm glad it says within all of them, because it just brought up, make sure that you're really loving up your tribe this year. Whoever it is that maybe you don't have a tribe yet. For some reason, I feel like this is a reading for people who are just starting. You picked deck 3. Maybe you don't have a tribe yet, but you have someone that you're wanting to serve. An idea in your mind of a prototype, so to speak, of someone that you're wanting to serve. Make sure that you're really loving that prototype up. Make sure that you're really finding out what's best about that person and what they really need, right? That's where this is coming in. So that you're really in tune with them. That's what's going to help you most as you move throughout 2020. Let's see what archetype that you need to be looking at this year. And that's the archetype of the Knight. Of course. So the light attributes of the Knight is loyalty, romance, chivalry, a love of honor. There is so much love in this reading, guys. All right. Shadow attributes. Allegiance to a destructive ruler or principle, romantic delusions. So you don't want to get delusional about whoever your divine right client is, right? I call it the divine, your divine client archetype, whoever that is. You don't want to get delusional about it. You don't want to align yourself with anyone who will take you astray or a version of that divine right client archetype that will lead you astray. Instead, you want to be loyal. You really want to look at, to me, loyalty, again, it's really diving in to not only what they want, but actually what they need. And that adds to the romance and the chivalry of it, right? So if you are there, you'll see them in your dream. Whatever it is, it's always going to connect to helping someone else. So figure out what that connection is. Even if you have to sit and examine that dream that you have right now that you're trying to bring to fruition. Find the connection. The connection between what you're bringing into fruition and the people you're bringing into to fruition for is everything for you in 2020. All right, so let's see what else we've got here. We've got the Queen of Cups in reverse. We've got Strength. We've got the Four of Swords in reverse. And we've got the Nine of Wands. Okay, this is some interesting stuff. Whew. All right, so the Queen of Cups reverse. This is telling me, let's see what I got here. The Queen is all about, or the cups are all about emotions. The Queen usually has everything together in her kingdom. So this tells me that there's going to be sometimes you're not going to quite have it all together, and you're going to want to kind of careen backwards almost into something else. That's going to be kind of like, I don't know if I can do this. Maybe it's not the right time for me. Maybe And don't get caught up in that whirlwind, is what I want to say. And you don't have to. You've got Strength. Strength here, you see the lion. This is Leo in the zodiac. So if you're a Leo, great. Or you have Leo rising or Leo North Node. If you don't know what all those things are, just hit me up in the comments. I'll explain. The great thing about Leos have a lot of charisma. They love to play. And so, no, even though emotionally sometimes it's going to feel like things are going crazy, lean back into your playfulness. And honestly, this is one of the best cards to have in a reading as an entrepreneur. Leo rules the 5th house, which is, for me, the house of entrepreneurship in the zodiac. And so this means to me, yeah, you have this beautiful entrepreneurial adventure that you're on. Know that it's meant to be. Know that this is what is in the cards for you. All right, so the Four of Swords, just like your emotions might get to the better of you, your logic might get to the better of you. But that's okay. That's okay, guys. That's just part of the entrepreneurial journey, right? That emotionally you're going to be in a whirlwind. Logically, your mind will pitch you off into a whirlwind too. Keep with the fire, the Nine of Swords. And this is how we're kind of summing up this reading. Keep with the fire. You got a fire within you that's going to help you get there. That's really brought you this far already. And as long as you keep that fire ignited by your dreams, you will be all right. Everything is coordinating to help make this happen. There are these normal human things that might try to knock you off one way or the other, like emotionally whirlwind, logical whirlwinds. You have the strength, you have the charisma, Lean into your playfulness this year when the logic and emotional whirlwinds come for you. Okay, lean into that playfulness. And again, what are you supposed to be doing every couple of hours? Taking a few minutes and visualizing your dream. Keep that fire lit underneath your dream. And you're going to see that 2020 is going to be one of your best years ever. All right, that's everything I got for you. Deck choosers number 3. Deck choosers number 4. All right, this is for you. Let's see what we've got here. We've got abundance, not a bad way to start. Message from afar, again, good things. And universal heart. Ooh, nice. I tell you, these readings I've been doing today for 2020 for business energy have just, they've been pretty exciting so far. Yours is continuing the trend. This is card number 12, Sacred Heart. Sacred Heart, Universal Heart, are you kidding me? Passion, love, spiritual communion. Card 35, Lost Love, Surrender, Healing, and Release. All right. So for 2020 in your business, deck choosers number 4, this is going to be a very abundant year. It's going to be a year where you're going to have some serious downloads. You just really need to do your part, right? Your spiritual work, your part. You're going to have serious downloads, abundance, and even that lost love isn't lost. It's kind of like falling, what I'm getting here, it's like falling back in love with the divine. It's really strengthening that connection. Yeah. There's just a lot of energy coming off this card even. Let me talk about it a second here. In case this, again, this is a general reading, so this might only apply to a few of you. But the main thing I'm getting here is a lot of Reiki energy. Right? I'm getting a lot of Reiki energy off this card. I'm not saying that you should become a Reiki practitioner, though maybe, or if you already are, or if you need to go get Reiki or something like that. But I'm getting a lot of Reiki energy off this card. And honestly, off of this one for Universal Heart as well. So that's just an aside for those of you that resonates for. And that's not going to resonate for everyone. I'm getting a lot of Reiki energy off these cards. And so to me, it's all about divine energy at work. All right, so let's see what else we've got here. We've got kindness. And we've got body movement. If you remember, I think at the beginning of this whole thing, where's that card? Here it is. I love my body. Right? We got body movement. We've got kindness, which is everything to do with being kind to nature, to really making sure that we're doing our part to keep nature whole. And wasn't that the beginning of the overall reading? So that's interesting that that's flanking here for you guys specifically. We've got share, creative, and it's okay to be different. Oh, I've gotten a lot of, I can't remember which one it was. There was a lot of Neptune energy, which is all about being different. Being a little different from the crowd. But what I see here, ooh, how interesting. It's only interesting to me because it is the holidays. So I don't know what this means for you guys, if this is a holiday to holiday thing. This just reminds me just of the winter holidays. When you share, everyone feels happy. You can see here, it just looks like it's like a little elf there, which I'm sure it's just a fairy. That kind of looks like an elf. But what an amazing thing. Okay, so let's see what else we have here. Creative. Draw, paint, think, and act in creative ways. So I don't know what this message is coming in, but could have something to do with that. Or messages, because you're going to get more than one. You're going to be like the download engine here in 2020. It's okay to be different. You don't need to be like everyone else. You're perfect just the way you are. And you might be giving off some sparks to people in 2020 where they're not so used to how you're acting, but know that you're okay. Really lean into that creativity. I really am feeling more of a push out into nature for you than I am for anyone else so far I've read for. I know I'm on deck 4. I don't know what deck 5 is. But so far, you're the ones I really feel like, you know, the abundance out there. She's out hugging a tree. Like, literally, you need to get out into nature to get your downloads. And then when you get them, they're going to come out in different ways. Whether that creativity is like they say in here, what they say, art, paint, draw, think, movement, like dance. I don't know what it's going to be. It's going to be some kind of creative endeavor where you're going to translate the messages that you receive for the rest of us. That's going to lead to some great abundance for you. But it is your time to be out in nature. It is your time, and that creativity might look I think it's the creativity. And that, well, it's the downloads that's going to make you a little different, I assure you. But the creativity might just take it up another notch. It's okay. You will be sharing this information. You know, there might be, it's interesting because that's Reiki energy that I saw over here. It might be that there's certain things you do where you get paid, right? Where they're a service or something, service or product that you charge for. There's going to be other things you do that are free, right? That you're just sharing. And even in those things that you share, allow people to pay you. So what do I mean by that? I'm not saying put what you're sharing behind a paywall. I'm saying put a donation bucket there, right? If you look in the description below, you'll see I have a link for PayPal Me. Some people use that link and send money because maybe they don't want to be in one of my other programs I do. Maybe they don't want those other services, but they get what they need from the readings I'm doing online on YouTube. That's what I'm saying by just like put out the donation bucket. Allow people to pay you. Allow them to give what they can when they can. You can make that your entire business model if you wanted to. You're going to see the kind of abundance that you need. Right? You're going to see the kind of abundance you need that's going to support you in your work and in your lifestyle. But you're definitely the one that needs to spend some time out in nature. That I'm just seeing it 7 ways from Sunday here. Let's see what your archetype is. Teacher. Teacher, ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skill, or wisdom. There's your messages from afar, teacher. We're waiting. Shadow attributes. Manipulative or abusing students, teaching negative traits and destructive skills. I know that is not something that you want to do, but it's something to be aware of. Totally makes sense. Teacher comes up. Like I said, take a long time out in nature. You're going to get those downloads. You're going to teach. Most teachers who are good at teaching have a love of teaching, have a love of their students. So you're going to instantly love whoever your tribe is. That's not an issue for you. But you're going to be translating that stuff to us in whatever creative measure it is. And in that way, you are a teacher. You are our instructor for those messages that you're going to be downloading over 2020. I'm very excited. Definitely hit me up in the comments and let me know what you think. If you're already getting some of those messages, which I am feeling that some of you are, you're already getting some of those messages across. They're already coming. Spend more time in nature. You'll find they come even faster and easier for you to translate. All right, let's see what else we've got going on here. Woo, we got the Hermit. We've got the Ten of Pentacles reversed. We've got the Ten of Swords upright. And we've got the King of Cups. All right. So the Hermit. This, again, tells me you're going to be spending some time in nature. The Hermit is represented by Virgo in astrology. To me, or I have used another deck from time to time. They don't have the Hermit. It has the Crone. And to me, it's all about wisdom. It's all about bringing that wisdom forward. And that's what I'm seeing here for you, even as the teacher. The hermit is a teacher, but the hermit spends time alone to get the messages to turn around and teach others. So I think that is a beautiful one to get down here. We've got the 10 of Pentacles reversed. We've got the 10 of Swords upright. So again, I know a lot of people get kind of weirded out when they see reverse cards. They can mean different things. In this case, I said there's going to be a lot of abundance, and there is. And when you see the 10 of Pentacles reversed, you might be like, is it actually? Yes, it is. So there's a completion cycle that's happened. So during 2020, there will be a completion cycle that happens with tens in general. So your 10 of Pentacles means your abundance is not complete, right? Meaning here, it's not all you're going to get in 2020. It's still going to be more. In fact, I'm seeing that with the King of Cups, and I'll get there in a moment why. So whereas it might look like there's enough, there's actually even more than enough. Like I said, it's going to support you. It's going to support your lifestyle. It's not going to be extravagant, if that makes sense. All right, so, and extravagant means different things to different people. But if you know the lifestyle that you want to have, it will support that lifestyle. It'll support you in the things that you need to do so you're able to teach. Okay? To get those downloads, to spend the time in nature, etc. The 10 of Swords. The 10 of Swords, here again, we hit a completion. And I really feel like, I love seeing it here next to the King of Cups. The King of Cups here is bringing together all the emotions. And it's saying, I don't want to say in charge of my emotions, but I'm able to not let my emotions consume me. In the same regard with the 10 of Swords here, also not letting logic consume. Really bringing those things into an integration, the emotion and the logic, in a really good and powerful way. And that is really what it means to actually be in your higher self. Having it rule your heart and your mind. So 2020 is just a wonderful year for you, deck choosers number 4, with all of these downloads, with all of this kind of Reiki, universe energy coming through to you, spending tons of time out in the nature, getting those downloads, being a little different, but being a teacher to all of us, really sharing your knowledge. And the way that you get paid is just going to be a little bit different than normal. So take a look at whatever you're doing right now for your structure and see how you can switch it up a little bit if you haven't already. Again, if you have questions about any of this, please reach out to me. You can hit me up in the comments or look in the description for another way to get together. All right, so that's all I have for deck choosers number 4. Deck choosers number 5. Here is your reading for business energy reading for 2020. Let's see what we've got here. We're going to start off with creativity. Always good to see some creativity coming. Birth. Ooh, so what are you doing for us in 2020? And reflection. Okay. We've got this flanked by Yin Yang, which is card 40, creating harmony through balance. And card number 14, purification by fire. Bare essentials, the naked truth and wholeness. This is very interesting. And I have to say, card choosers, deck choosers number 5, all of these readings have been fairly positive for 2020 for each of the decks. Yours so far is no exception. All of them have been just wowing. And again, you're no exception. A lot of themes playing through, especially around integration and balance, which is a lot of what I see here too. You are birthing something new. It is a reflection of yourself. You're going to be full on creative. Oh, I cannot wait to see what you got. It looks like you're going to be letting go of some stuff to get to the right reflection so that your creativity can come in. That's your purification by fire. The yin yang, bringing stuff in balance, like I said, that integration. I don't ever think of balance as 50-50. I know it's depicted that way in the yin yang. That's not what I'm seeing. Ooh, I love the butterfly here. That's just another like rebirthing kind of thing. Purification, rebirth. The balance I'm seeing is the balance that needs to be for you. 75-25, 33-66. Like, I don't know what it is. But it's different for everyone. And then that balance is perfect for everyone. It's your own kind of homeostasis as you raise your vibration. Okay? And that balance changes as you raise your vibration. So that's why we have to go through this reflective period. That's why we have purification by fire. I remember someone else had purification by water. So I expect to see more fire in this reading because we have our fire here. We've got our phoenix, fire with the birth there. I am excited. And even here with the reflection, we have the sun. It looks like the sun coming through, more fire. I'm going to lie to you guys, I'm a Leo, so I'm very excited about this reading. All right, let's see what else we've got. We've got creative expression. I couldn't have picked it better myself. There's going to be a lot of that. And higher consciousness. What did I just say about raising your vibration? It is really about getting to that higher consciousness. That is 2020 for you. A lot of creative expression. A lot of fire coming out. The one thing, it's like you're birthing yourself, but you're also birthing something for your business. Something that you're birthing, I don't know, new clients. I don't know what. Let's see. We've got simplicity. Put your energy into the basics and let go of excess. What do we have over here? Purification of fire. Didn't that say the same thing? We've got light, of course. See the light within yourself and everyone else. Reflection and birth. We're just getting more confirmation here. You'll know in the morning. When you wake up, you'll have a better idea of what to do. Relax until then. So if you had a specific question you're heading into this reading with, there's your answer. Okay, that's only happened one other time, one of the other decks. That's really cool. The thing I'm seeing here over and over again is you are coming to a higher vibration. It's happening actually pretty fast. I know at the beginning of this reading, if you didn't listen to the very beginning where I kind of talked about the overall energies for 2020, go back and listen to that. Because I talked about how fast things are moving. And this is going to be pretty fast moving for you just because fire is pretty fast moving, okay? And so we've got a lot of light. We've got needing to simplify. That came up in another reading as well. That going back. Pulling back, getting to, like it says here, the bare essentials, right? Putting your energy into the basics. I don't know what kind of business you have, but make sure you are really focused on the basics because that's what's really going to help you. And even when you focus on the basics after you've been doing it a while, you get to do it more creatively, right? You get to do it more creatively. Let's see what the archetype is we're dealing with for 2020. The Destroyer. Oh my goodness. All right, light attributes. Releasing what is potentially destructive and preparing for new life. Releasing, preparing. This is just coming up over and over again. You've got so much fire and energy. I should put this back. In your reading today. For 2020, there's just a whole lot going on. All right, the shadow attributes. Intoxication with destructive power, destroying others' dreams or potential. So that's what you have to guard against over 2020, especially if you're doing one-on work or small group work with people. Really keep that shadow attribute in mind that you don't get too drunk with this destructive power. Look up Kali. If you don't know anything about Kali, which is a goddess in, I think, Hawaii. If you can go to Hawaii this year even, that would be good. And really get in touch with that destructive quality, right? If I hadn't, I don't know if I already saw the tower or not, but if I've not seen the tower, wouldn't be surprised to see it this time. But let's see what we got. All right. So that is some good stuff. So a lot of fire, a lot of things are burning away. You're going to have uber amounts of creative energy flowing through. You're birthing out. You're birthing out yourself. You're helping other people birth things out as well. But keep it simple. Simplify, simplify, simplify. Focus on the basics. Do them creatively. Like really make the basics your own. Okay, because you are shooting up. You're vibing really high right now. Excuse me. 2020 will see you vibing like crazy, just shooting up in consciousness. All right. I got really excited. All right, let's see what else we got here. We've got the Knight of Cups. We've got the Chariot reversed. Got the Knight of Pentacles, and we've got the Nine of Swords in reversed. Okay, this is some good stuff. We've got a lot of people, or I should say the Knights here, to me, really represent things coming back, like winning, so to speak. So we got the Knight of Cups, we got the Knight of Pentacles coming back in, showing us like the fruits of your labor. So getting set emotionally, I think that's where all this creativity and balance and reflection and purification, that really helps you prepare emotionally. That fruit is coming back. The Knight of Pentacles, all of this comes together to where you are serving people at a higher level, higher consciousness. You're serving people at a higher level. You are bringing in more abundance. That is the Knight of Pentacles. So what's going on here with our reversed Chariot? Right? Chariot's represented by Cancer, which is the mama. So it's almost like not needing to be mothered anymore. That is some interesting energy. That is really interesting. It's coming into your own. It's almost as if you've integrated at such a degree. You don't need an outside mom or really even an outside dad. It's integrated within you, but not in a destructive way, but in a way of higher consciousness where it's truly supportive of you. You're not being pulled two different ways anymore. You're coming together. You've overturned the Chariot. You're winning emotionally. You're winning financially. You've got such amazing, and I know we've got Nine of Swords reversed here. You've gotten such amazing clarity because of this purification by fire. Right? Because of this destroyer aspect. It's almost as if you don't need mom and dad. They're inside of you because you are now the producer of life. All right, so let's look at our Nine of Swords, which is our last card here. The Nine of Swords is reversed. That is a lot of wisdom. Okay. Gotcha. You're not going to let the logic rule you, right? You're at a higher consciousness. The nines to me mean wisdom. So the Nine of Swords would mean there's a lot of wisdom in our logic. What I'm seeing here is the reversal, meaning it's being overturned, but it's being overturned by higher consciousness. Meaning that's what's leading, which is a wisdom beyond our logical wisdom, right? It's, again, an integration of the logic and the emotional that comes through from our higher consciousness. That then is really giving us a better sense of control on everything so that we can birth out, so that we can be infinitely creative. So this is an amazing 2020 for deck choosers number 5. I'm so excited that I went to 5 decks. I almost didn't, and I heard, nope, 5. 5 was definitely it. So I'm excited. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And be on the lookout for my next business energy reading. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. and to subscribe and ring the bell for notifications. If you have a pick a card reading you'd like to see, definitely let me know in the comments. With that, I say peace, joy, love to you.